And finally, I think it's important that you view equity as not an extra service. It's not something you have to do extra on top of your other responsibilities, but it's actually the measuring stick for what you're already doing for your students. Equity is not the extra layer. It's not the icing on the cake. And maybe it's the plate that the cake sits on. It's how we ensure that we're actually delivering what we say we are delivering. And so I think that that's why it's very important to my classroom, because I want to make sure that the student who is disengaged and disinterested and finds difficulty in learning English, I want to make sure that they're able to succeed just as well as my student who has the resources to go to cram school to learn English. And this perspective really does affect what I teach and how I teach it. I think about the student's backpack. Every student's backpack looks a little bit different, especially in Taiwan. They love their pencil cases, and they're so cute. Some of them are shaped like hot dogs or sandwiches or cake or Toy Story characters, and they unzip them and they have their numerous mechanical pencils and electric erasers and very cute things inside their pencil case. But every student's different. Every student's backpack, every student's pencil case is extremely different. And when I say, get out a pencil, they get to pick what pencil they want. And they get to pick what eraser they're going to use. And I think about that in relation to their cultural backpack. Each student comes into my classroom with a very unique cultural backpack. How they interact with mom and dad, how they interact with grandma and grandpa. Do they have access to fun on the weekends? Are they able to go on vacations? Do they have to work in their parents' store? Do they enjoy English? Did they enjoy the last English teacher before me? Do they think I speak too fast? Do they get tired in the afternoon and I only teach them in the afternoon? All of these questions sit inside their backpack. And when I ask them to access English, they're reaching into that backpack and they're pulling out whatever perspective, whatever paradigm, really whatever is important to them to be successful. And so for me, understanding that each backpack is going to look different, each backpack is filled with numerous things that I will never be able to fully understand or articulate. I just need to navigate with respect and patience and compassion. And I need to work extra hard to make sure that when I communicate with my students, I'm being clear and I'm giving them words and language that they can act on. I'm not holding assumptions over their head, but I'm clearly outlining what we're going to do as a class, how I'm going to support them, and what I expect from them. The commitment to make sure that both of these backpacks are respected and supported. That's really what I'm offering my students when I teach. So you can use whatever pencil you want, and you can bring into my classroom whatever your situation is like. And I'm going to respect you, and I'm going to support you wherever you're at. So if you don't like English, I'm going to embrace that, and we're going to work together from that. If you love English and you're very quick to learn the new material, I'm going to work within that frame too. And both students' experience and perspective and input is valuable and necessary to our overall classroom community. While you review my references, I just want to close in saying that culture meant something very different to me in the United States. Culture was reflective of the color of the skin I saw, the tonality of the accents I heard among my English language learners who were from Spanish-speaking households, or my Asian English language learners that came from a Chinese or a Vietnamese speaking home. But now in Taiwan, culture to me really has become personal because there is such a broad generality to some of the experiences of my students that I can't just think about that culture. I have to go 3 or 4 steps further into each student's lives, how they interact in the classroom, their own personal experiences relative to English. And so it's really made culture become a very personal thing that is a gift that they give me, and the way I respect it and support it and work within it is a gift I give back to them. And so I'm glad we have that understanding. And I think that the more I look at each student as an individual and understand their cultural backpack, the better off that our classroom will be. Thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to your thoughts.